Welcome, parents, teachers, and students to the Siyum Halimudim, to the end of year award ceremony. Hoidu Hashem ki tov. We offer praise and thank you to our Kadosh Baruch Hu, who gave us the strength and the health and the possibility to be matzliach this year in school. Today, each one of you will receive an award for all the efforts and accomplishments that you made throughout the year. And this also gives us the opportunity to show each one of you and give thanks to you for the tremendous progress you made in learning Torah, in Chumash, Mishnayos, Halacha, davening, hiskashrus to the Rebbe. May you all go mechayil from strength to strength. We all know that everything that happens is for a reason, and that HaKadosh Baruch Hu directs and runs the entire world and our lives. We don't always understand what happens, and sometimes Hashem gives us a test and a challenge, but we know that if we persevere and try hard to overcome the challenge, with Hashem's help, we come out successful. A little over 3 months ago, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us a big challenge by making school not in school, but out of school, where we can't see each other. And instead of falling down, I think all of you rose up. I was telling Rabbi Samuels, Rabbi Ackerman, your teachers, that when I saw you, when you came back into school, the davening, the learning, the behavior was even better. And I think HaKadosh Baruch Hu is looking down and saying, my children have succeeded. My children have grown better from this challenge. And I want to give a very, very big yasher koyach. This was not easy to do and not easy to run. And I want to give a very, very big yasher koyach to your teachers for working so hard to make your classes incredible. Big thank you to Rabbi Ackerman. A big thank you to Rabbi Samuels. A big thank you to Rabbi Grossbaum. A big thank you to Rabbi Gwartz. And I want to mention a very big thank you to one of our assistant teachers, who's, I would say, almost like a teacher, who took care of you. This is in Kita Gimmel, Rabbi Veil. Thank you very much. Rabbi Veil, may you go. Mechayil El Chayil. And we are just so thankful for everything you've done. I want to also thank Rabbi Pekar for his outstanding dedication, and to the assistant principals, Rabbi Simon, Rabbi Feierstein. And I think that this is also a fitting opportunity to thank your parents who have worked so hard over the past few months, having you learn at home. A very big yasher koyach to each one of you. Thank you. I also want to take this opportunity to thank our PTA mothers, Mrs. Brand, Mrs. Bornstein, and Mrs. Pearl, for doing an outstanding job this year, going the extra mile for our teachers, helping out with our programs. Your dedication is very much appreciated. As I'm sure all of you have heard, Rabbi Veil and Mrs. Veil get a huge mazel tov on the birth of their baby girl. And I was in touch with Rabbi Veil last night, and he wanted me to tell you how proud of you he is, of all your accomplishments, and how much he wanted to be here in person. I'd like to end off with giving you all a bracha for a healthy and successful summer. I'm looking forward to greeting you all when we open again, Mirat Hashem in Elul. But before that, we hope to be in Yerushalayim, Ir HaKodesh, with Mashiach Tzidkenu, B'mheira B'yameinu Mamash.
Thank you, Rabbi Ben Zion, for those inspiring words. This is my first year in Dalet. The nervous feelings of entering a new school are a thing of the past. Looking back, I'm proud to be a Dalet boy and lucky to have such an amazing group of classmates and friends. Thanks, guys. Dalet Menachem is about empowering the Talmidim. It is therefore most befitting to call upon Yisrael Kaplan of Kitso Dalet to deliver today's Dvar Torah. Without further ado, I present Yisrael Kaplan.
Rabbi Bentia and Rabbi Simon, Dalet administration, Rebbes, proud parents, family members, and fellow Talmidim, welcome. This week is Parshas Korach. It shares the story of an individual, Korach, who challenged Moshe Rabbeinu's leadership of the Yidden. The Yidden in the desert must have wondered when they saw Korach confront Moshe Rabbeinu. What's bothering Korach? They probably asked each other. He comes from a dignified family. He has an important position. He's a Levi. He's wealthy and popular. People say that he even has Ruach HaKodesh. Why indeed did Korach challenge Moshe Rabbeinu? Korach was not a simple person, and he was not speaking selfishly. He told Moshe, the entire Yiddish nation is holy, and Hashem is in their midst. Why do you set yourself above Hashem's people? What Korach began saying was true. Every Jew is holy, and the spark of Hashem, our neshama, is in our midst. But when he challenged Moshe Rabbeinu's position, that's where Korach went wrong. The Yidden need a Moshe Rabbeinu. We need leaders, teachers of Torah, who will show us how to live the Torah way, so that the spark of Hashem and our neshamas can be revealed. Korach knew this as well. He knew that the Jewish people needed leaders. Indeed, he himself was one of the people's leaders, but he thought that it wasn't enough for the leaders to be wiser and better qualified than most people. He objected that Moshe Rabbeinu was being head and shoulders above anyone else. Hashem showed us that Korach was making a terrible mistake. The holiness of Hashem and the Torah is way above us. To bring out that holiness within us, the Yidden need a Moshe Rabbeinu. Only a leader who's head and shoulders above the people can make the Torah shine brightly in our lives. The Zohar teaches us that there is a spark of Moshe Rabbeinu in every generation. Through the Moshe in every generation, Hashem gives every Jew the ability to add holiness to this world. My fellow classmates, Dalet staff, honored parents, relatives, and guests. Looking back at the past year, each Talmud has grown in our learning, midas tovos, and most importantly in our commitment to Hashem, His Torah, and devotion and relationship towards the Rebbe. Recognizing the abilities and potential within each individual, Dalet guides us to become the best version of ourselves and do what we can do to make this world a dira b'tachtonim, a dwelling place for Hashem, so that we can become the next candle. Our Rebbes are our leaders, our guides to set us on the course for the lives we live from this day onward. For this, we are eternally grateful. What sets us Hasidim apart is that we have a Rebbe, the Moshe Rabbeinu of our generation. But through the Rebbe, Hashem gives us the ability to add holiness to this world, fulfill our mission, and make this world a dwelling place for Him. Our yeshiva is named in honor of the Rebbe. His teachings and mission statement shared at his very first Vibrangan as Rebbe is what our yeshiva is founded upon. The love of Hashem, the love of Torah, and the love for our fellow Jew is what will bring Mashiach. We hope the nachas we have provided you will be our stepping stone to reach even greater heights. May it be the will of Hashem that our efforts and accomplishments will be what is needed to tip the scale and bring our long-awaited Mashiach and Gula Shlema now. Amen.
Thank you, Yisrael. That was beautiful. It's now the time we all have been waiting for, the award ceremony. To kick things off, it is my honor to call upon our Tzivos Hashem base commander, Rabbi Cohen, for the final rank promotions of the year. Wait, now's the award ceremony?
In just a moment.
Thank you, Shubi.
Wait, now is the...
No, you have to sit down because now you're gonna come back later on.
Okay.
Take your papers. Good morning, Talmidim. Good morning, parents, grandparents, relatives, and everyone watching. Rebbe's administration. Very, very, very proud in each and every one of you. And I think you all deserve a round of applause. I can ask the staff to please join me in giving you Talmidim a nice round of applause. And I'm going to ask the Talmidim to please join me and give a round of applause to your rabbis and staff and your parents for everything they put into you. Baruch Hashem, each and every one of you over the course of the entire year put effort into your limudim, into your social growth. But as a base commander, I saw you guys grow in your Yiddishkeit, in your Chassidish life, having a chayas in everything you do. And obviously the most important thing is each and every one of you have grown and have risen in rank. And many of you, if not all of you, have been promoted over the course of the year. Some of you started the year off as a private, and now you're a sergeant or a sergeant major. And I want to let you guys know that we're very, very proud of you. Please give yourselves a nice round of applause, everybody, the entire world. I don't know if it's too late or not, but Mirz Hashem, I will be calling each and every Talmid that has been promoted in rank. When you start Zivis Hashem, you start off as a private. You automatically, the moment you're born, you're in the Eibishter's army. But the more effort you put in, the higher you grow in rank. And we would like to recognize each and every one of your efforts. Some of you have went up to become a sergeant, sergeant major, and some of you have even become a general. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be calling each and every one of you up by rank. When you come up, please come up. When you're called up, please come up so you could be honored. Starting off with the rank of Sergeant Ari Emmer. Please come up. Mazel tov. Sholem Izagwi. You're welcome. Beautiful. Nassan Arnold, we're not here, but we still are honoring you. Schneier Hershkup, second lieutenant. Mazel tov. Another second lieutenant, Shalom Doiver Shusterman. I want to take the opportunity to thank him for doing such an amazing job at as our MC and keeping the whole program moving so smoothly. Nathaniel Benabu, second lieutenant. Beautiful. Adil Mordechai Benjamin. Mazel tov. Pesach Gavriel Horowitz. Mazel tov. Eli Stein. Mazel tov. Moving on to First Lieutenant Kenai we have two. Yisrael Chanowitz. There he is. Mazel tov. And Zevi Prus. Oh, I love the smile. There we go. Moving on, I think it's the rank they have the most of in Darche, and that is Captain Yoni Baum. You're welcome. Mendel Potter. Label Lazarov. Moving on, we have one major in our shift over here, and that goes to Schneier Munitz. Sorry, my apologies. My apologies. This goes to Tzvi Munitz. Mazel tov, Tzvi. The only major in Darchei. You are close to becoming a colonel, and Emir Hashem, very possible by next year you'll be a general. Keep it up. Moving on to the level of colonel, the rank of Colonel Shimon Yani. Binyamin Akoyen Zarchi. And finally, Chaim Baruch Mervis. Before we finish this part of Before I move on, there's two more Talmidim that I want to call up. They are very close to being promoted in rank, and this is why I left them to just before our final promotion, because you could start off the year as a private, and within a few months you could become a colonel. So I want to recognize our privates in Darchei. And Emir Hashem, over the course of the summer, they continue with their missions. By the beginning of the next school year, they could already be a sergeant or sergeant major. Private Shneir Kanakov, please come up. And Private Yisrael Chaim Liran, please come up. I have a very distinct pleasure. 2 years ago, Darchei was honored for the first time ever to have a general. And Baruch Hashem, since then, we've had several generals. And we were very, very lucky to have someone from Tzivos Hashem come and honor that general. And Baruch Hashem, it's the third year he's come. It's not just anybody in Tzivos Hashem. It's actually the director of Chayali Tzivos Hashem, who has been very, very nice to take from his schedule and his time to come and celebrate with us. It is my distinct honor to call Rabbi Shimi Weinbaum to present something very special to two individuals. Please give a very big round of applause to Rabbi Weinbaum.
Thank you, Rabbi Leibel. First of all, before I speak about these special Chayalim, I want to take a minute to say thank you. You see, and many of you know Rabbi Samuels, right? And Rabbi Ben Sion, right? I also know them very well because I had very special schus to have one of my children, my Levi, who learned here in Darchei. He started with Rabbi Samuels, and then he went up from one grade to the next. Now he's finished Mesifta. This year, he spent a year learning in yeshiva in London. And I know very, very well that all the incredible nachas that we get from him, he's a really chassidish boy. He goes to mikveh every day. He learns chitas and Rambam every day. He learns Maimarim inside and Baal Peh. He learns Gemara. He learns Halacha. He's doing Baruch Hashem very, very well. But he didn't do all of that when he was your age. It was a process that he started here in Darchei. He was very lucky like you are, because there's no school in the world. I deal with over 60 schools around the world. There is no school in the whole world that is as good as Darchei Menachem. Anybody that feels that way, put up your hand. Unbelievable. You're very, very lucky. I hope you realize that. the love and the attention and the care that you get in Darche is beyond what any other school gives. And they help Levi grow to be the best that Levi could be. And he grew a lot in Darche, and most importantly, he got what he needed to be able to move on to Masifta and to Yeshiva. And I want to say today a very big thank you to Rabbi Samuels, to Rabbi Ben Sion, the longest standing staff members, still here from when Levi was here. And I want to give you all a bracha that in Mirza Hashem, you should be able to continue to go Michayel al Chayel, to go from strength to strength and continue achieving the way you have. And in Mirza Hashem, you too will be able to do well, be able to go into Masifta and be able to go into Yeshiva and be the best soldiers in Hashem's army that you could be. So thank you and thank you and thank you. That's a personal thank you from me to the school. I also want to say that at the end of a very special Lag BaOmer parade, the Rebbe gave a special thank you. So first, Rabbi J.J. Hecht gave a thank you to Rabbi Baumgarten and to Rabbi Benji Stock and all the people who were involved in making the parade. And then after he did that, the Rebbe finished off, and especially the children, the boys and the girls. You Chayalim, each one of you, whether you were started off as a private or you're still a private or you're a sergeant or a sergeant major or a second lieutenant or first lieutenant, a captain, a major or a colonel or a general, you are soldiers in Hashem's army. And Hashem is relying on you to win the war. Does anyone know who is in charge of the whole world? Yes. I wish that would be, it's a very good answer. Would that be good if Hashem would be in charge of the whole world? But who is really in charge of the whole world? Is Hashem really in charge of the world? Yes. Who said yes? You think Hashem's in charge of the whole world? That's true. Anybody else that thinks like him that Hashem's in charge of the world? One of your rabbis, two of your rabbis thinks that Hashem's in charge of the world. Anybody else that you think so? Do you think Hashem's in charge of the world? Sorry. You think so? Okay, anyone that thinks Hashem's in charge, put up your hand. Says your boy. Yes? You think so? Let's try a bit different question. Who's in charge in your house? Yes? Your father and your mother? Okay. Let's try this again. When you're in charge, does that mean that the people in the house listen to what you say? Oh, so maybe we don't understand what's in charge. Do you understand what I'm saying now? Right. So if you're really in charge, that means that the people in charge means that the people listen to you. Does everyone listen to Hashem? So is Hashem in charge? 1 second. What does in charge mean? So who is in charge? Yes. Hashem's in charge of the Jewish people? Does that mean all the Jewish people listen to Hashem? He's still the Eibishter. Who's in charge of the world? Does anyone here have a Yeater Hara? Does the Yeater Hara ever win us? Oh, who said no? Atzadik. That's one of the tzaddikim. But unfortunately, I have a Yeater Hara. And sometimes my Yeater Hara wins me. So who's in charge? What's your name? Mati. Mati just answered the question. Who's in charge of the world? that's up to us. Hashem is very, very special. He's a real leader. And he left it up to us to decide who would be in charge, Hashem or the Yeater. But who's it up to?
Us.
So who's in charge of the whole world? If we do what Hashem wants, then Hashem will be in charge, right? And if we do what the Yeater wants, then who's in charge of the world? Now, Mati, I want you to come up here. You answer that question very well. Mati is one of the soldiers who didn't only understand that Hashem left it up to us to be in charge, but he's actually shown us that Hashem's in charge by doing so many missions that he has reached the rank of general. Do you think he deserves a big round of applause? Mati, I'm proud of you. I'm sure that your Rebbes and your Rabbi Ben Zion is very proud of you. The Rebbe is very proud of you, the general of the whole army. And of course, the commander-in-chief Hashem is very proud. You've done a great job of becoming a general. And now, what does the Rebbe say? You go from being a general to be a general with a lot of stars, right? Well done. Keep up the great work, Mati. Shekoyach. Beautiful job. Now there's another chayil here. And this chayil also is another chayil in Hashem's army who shows us that who's in charge? Hashem. He shows the world that Hashem is really in charge. And his name is none other than General Yitzchak Raksin. Yitzchak, great job. Yeshekoyach, well done. Let's get a picture. Hold the certificate. And may you go Mechael Ochal Yitzchak. It's a good start. Many stars, Mitzvah Hashem. Thank you, Rabbi Ben Zion, again. Thank you, all of you, Chayalim. And in Mitzvah Hashem, who can tell me when will the whole world see that Hashem's in charge? Anybody know? When Mashiach comes. And then everyone will see that Hashem is really in charge. Well done. Shekoyach. Now we're going to hear from the general of the whole army. Who's the general of the whole army? That's the commander-in-chief. Who's the general of the whole army? The Rebbe. Very good.
Lights, please. Thank you very much. I want to take the opportunity to thank everybody. I want to thank Rabbi Weinbaum for coming. Before we're going to move on now to part of the program that I know each and every one of you guys have been looking forward to, and that is the awards, the Shara Koved, the Achievement Awards, and it's my honor to introduce to you the Yeshiva's Sgan Menahel, somebody who I think if there's one person in this school that is never thanked publicly, it is him. And I want to take this opportunity as I call him up to give him something very, very special. I'd like to call upon Rabbi Simon. Please come up. This is not something that he is expecting. Rabbi Simon, throughout the entire, not just this year, but all the previous years, has been behind the scenes doing things to help you guys have a better day, a more enjoyable day, and he never, ever gets thanked. And I want to give a personal thank you to Rabbi Simon for always being there for me and for all the rabbis and the principals. Presented to Rabbi Aaron Simon in recognition and appreciation for you and this love, patience, and devotion towards us and our chinuch. You are truly one of the unsung heroes of the world. The Tzivis Hashem of Darchei Menachem, you children are giving this present to Rabbi Simon. Reish Chedesh Tammuz, Taf Shin Pei. Thank you, Rabbi Simon. And without further ado, Rabbi Simon, please begin with the honors.
Okay, so I know everyone's waiting for the barbecue, but first we need to give out the awards. We're going to start with third grade. When I call up your name, I want you to come up. Rabbi Grossbaum and Rabbi Ackerman, if you could also be up here. Rabbi Cohen will take a picture of the student before they go back. This certificate, although he's not here, is given to Nussin Arnold for learning beautifully and thinking of great questions. While I'm speaking and calling the student up, I expect quiet and respect. Everyone will give respect to you while your name is called out. Please give respect to the other students as their name is being called out as well. This one is given for amazing effort and mastery of the Little Medrash Says to Yonason Hillel Baum. Here, let's do it over there. Stand there.
Nice job, Yoni.
Stand up. Stand on the cleats.
I found it.
There you go.
Good job, Yoni.
This award is given for excellent midos and working hard in class to Yisrael Chanowitz. Stand on the crate.
Yeah, everyone's okay. I'm double dipping right here. Work camera. 1, 2, 3. So look at the camera. Beautiful. Next.
This is given for vast knowledge in learning and beautiful davening to Aryeh Leib Emmer. Hold it like this. Stand on the crate. Come on, hey. You don't have to stand over here. You don't have to stand. You don't have to stand tall enough. That's better.
Yeah.
Move a little this way.
A little closer to the average. Closer towards the patient. Ready? Very good, Rebbe. 1, 2, and next.
Nice job,
This certificate of achievement is awarded for excellent effort and learning to Shalom Izagli.
Great job, Shalom. Hold up your award. You want to see it? Hold it with two hands. Like this. There you go.
1, 2, and 3. Next.
Not only is the following student getting a certificate of achievement, but he also was on the honor roll for the third term, and therefore he's getting a second certificate as well. This certificate of achievement is awarded to Levi Yitzchak Goldstock for being an excellent friend. Derech Eretz. Hold up.
Good job, ladies.
1, 2, and 3. Next.
The next student also has honor roll for the third term. This certificate of achievement is awarded to Schneier, Zalman, Hirschka for coming up with good ideas and for genuine happiness.
Nice. Great job.
Hold it like this. Stand in the middle.
Hold it with two hands.
1, 2, next.
This certificate of achievement is awarded to Schneier, Zalman, Kanaka for excellence in sports and learning in the classroom. Hold it like this.
1, 2, and let me see your full face, Snare. 1, 2, 3.
This certificate of achievement is awarded to Yisrael Chaim Liran for excellent midais and applying himself to learning. Come on.
Nice job.
1, 2, and beautiful.
The next student also has honor roll for the third term. This certificate of achievement is awarded to Ayazev Prus for his joy and enthusiasm in the classroom and for mastering of the Chumash skills. He's not here right now. We'll give it to him soon. The next award, again with the honor roll for the third term, this certificate of achievement is awarded to Menachem Mendel Putter for excellence in sports and being a great friend.
Nice job.
1, 2, moving closer, Mandel. Beautiful.
This certificate of achievement is awarded to Shalom Dover Schusterman for always looking to follow the Shulchan Aruch and mastery of the Chumash words.
Nice.
1, 2, and 3. Next.
One more time. For his joy and enthusiasm in the classroom and for mastering the Chumash skills, Zev Prus. Okay, take a picture.
1, 2, 3. Smile. Cucumbers.
Once again, for honor roll in the third term, remember respecting the other students as they're getting their award. Please remain silent. This certificate of achievement is awarded to Shimon Yanni for learning above and beyond and beautiful davening.
Nice. Great job, Shalom.
1, 2. Good.
This next one also has a third term honor roll. This certificate of achievement is awarded for excellence in learning and technology to Binyamin Zarchi.
Nice. Third kid.
Yamin, 1. Give me a smile, Yamin. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful.
Now we're going to do fourth grade. Please remain silent. This certificate of achievement is awarded to Adil Benjamin for always having all the right answers without hesitation. Adil. Rabbi Gortz, come on. Rabbi, you'll take a picture?
Snap away.
Where's the rest? There's
Try not to be so tall.
1, 2, 3.
The next student not only is getting a certificate of achievement,
1 second.
but is also getting a honor roll for term 3. This certificate of achievement is awarded to Natanel Ben Abu for his chayas and davening, consistently being an example for the rest of the class.
Just take the certificate.
Honor roll as well.
You don't have to take a picture. Just take the certificate.
I won't take a picture.
Congratulations.
Whoa. Why is it two?
He's just a great kid.
Oh. Wow. Okay, the next student is actually getting 3 awards. This one's from English. Not only is he getting a honor roll term 3 award, not only is he getting a certificate of achievement for Rabbi Samuel's class, he's also getting a certificate of achievement in Rabbi Gewertz's class. And I'm going to read both of them and then I will announce his name. For secular studies, this certificate of achievement is awarded in recognition for his tremendous improvement in online learning. And for Rabbi Samuel's class, this certificate of achievement is awarded for extra special chayes and davening, saying all the words out loud to Yenkele Edelkopf.
You think you have to be cooler than me.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah.
In addition to honor roll for term 3, this certificate of achievement is awarded for always coming into class with a smile and participating so nicely in Mishnayos to Pesach Harwitz.
1, 2, go.
Again, an honor roll student. This certificate of achievement is awarded for knowing all the Mishnayos and Gemara fluently to Yisrael Kaplan.
Talking about Yisrael.
This certificate of achievement is awarded for his Avos Yisrael and always putting in much effort into his learning. Mati K.
1, 2, look at the camera. Yeah.
This certificate of achievement is awarded for putting in a lot of effort in knowing his Mishnayos and Gemara lessons. Yehuda Leib Lazarov.
Whoa. Nice picture.
This student, besides for honor roll term 3, he also has a certificate of achievement. This certificate of achievement is awarded for being my right hand and never giving up. Chaim Baruch Mervis. This student also has honor roll for term 3. This certificate of achievement is awarded for making so much progress in his participation in all subjects. Tzvi Munitz.
Very photogenic.
This student has 2 awards, one for Rabbi Samuel's class and one for Rabbi Gewertz's class. The certificate of achievement is awarded in recognition for his consistent achievement in learning and behavior in general studies throughout the year. In Rabbi Samuel's class, the certificate of achievement is awarded for his amazing accomplishments in learning his Mishnayos and Gemara lessons to Yitzchak Roxon.
Yitzchak, our general. Yitzchak. Come, Yitzchak, picture, no? It is 6 out of 10.
For the final one, in Rabbi Samuel's class, please remain quiet.
Shelly.
This is an honor roll student for term 3. This certificate of achievement is awarded for his mastery of the Chumash word lists and his excellence in Mishnayos. Eli Stein.
Hey, Kansas City Chiefs.
What?
Kansas City Chiefs.
1, 2.
Okay, and now we have 6 students. Shh, I'm waiting for silence. I'm going to start with the Shar HaKavod, the Honor Roll Society. These students have been on the Honor Roll all 3 terms, which basically means they've excelled not only in certain subjects, not only for part of the year, but they've excelled throughout the entire year consistently and throughout all subjects and Avos Yisrael. I'm just going to read it once. This certificate is awarded with great pride as he joins the esteemed ranks of the Darchei Menachem Honor Roll Society. whose members have excelled for all 3 terms, bringing honor to their parents and teachers. Signed by Rabbi Ben Zion and Rabbi Bakar. The first one, Rabbi Ben Zion, come up. The first one is awarded to Schneier Konikoff. I'll take a picture with you. Rabbi. The second student in 3rd grade who's getting Shar HaKaved is Levi Goldstock.
All right, come right over here, Levi. Brother.
1, 2.
Mazel tov.
In 4th grade, we have 4 students getting the Shar HaKaved. The first one is Pesach Horowitz. Rabbi.
No.
Come.
1, 2, and 3.
The next student in 4th grade who's receiving the Shar HaKaved is Yisrael Kaplan.
Get that.
1, 2, and
The next student in 4th grade receiving the Shar HaKaved is Ellie Stein.
Yeah. How do you know?
Wow, Ellie.
1, 2, and 3.
And finally, the last student receiving the Shar HaKaved is Tzvi Munitz.
Right here, Tzvi, picture.
Yes, one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, should he?
Mazel tov to all. Mazel tov to all Talmidim on their awards, and thank you all so much for joining us today. We hope you are all very proud of the accomplishments and strides we have made over the course of this year. It is a Geschmacka barbecue prepared for everyone. Please feel free to make a bracha and grab a bite. Thank you very much, and in the words of the Rebbe, Gesundheit Zumar und Afreilichen Tamid. May our accomplishments give the Rebbe much-deserved nachas and be what is needed to tip the scale and bring the Geula Shlema today.
A big thank you to Shubi and a big thank you to Yisrael for their presentations. Round of applause, everybody. Woo!